Welcome to the Pivot Point. Let's delve into voices of the invisible workforce. This podcast, where we explore the lives, struggles, and stories of India's unorganized workforce. Those whose hard work often goes unnoticed but keeps our nation moving. And also contributes to GDP of the nation. I'm your host Bharti Bhaskaran, and today we are diving in deep into the realities faced by millions of workers in agriculture, construction, domestic labor, and other informal sectors. Do you know, in India, nearly 42% of the workforce is engaged in agriculture, while another 10% comprises construction workers, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, and more. These workers form the backbone of our economy, yet most of them work without formal contracts, adequate wages, or social security benefits. Harsh truth? Yes, it is. Their monthly earnings are often between Rs 5,000 and 7,000. Far below what is needed to live with dignity. For some, like agriculture workers, the reality is even bleaker, contributing to chronic poverty. So what does this mean for our country? What does it mean for the 4.75 million workers, many of whom are women, working tirelessly in households across India without any job security or formal benefits? Today, let's explore these pressing questions. The reality of fragmented landholdings and agriculture workers. Let's begin with that. Let's start with agriculture. Almost half of India's workforce depends on this sector for their livelihoods. But what does this dependence actually look like? Farmers often own small fragmented plots of land, making it difficult to maximize productivity or implement modern farming techniques. As a result, many agriculture workers face incredibly low wages. In fact, their average earnings are sometimes even lower than 5,000 a month. Like you can hear a voice of a farmer saying, "I own just 2 acres of land. The rains are unpredictable, and without access to new technology or proper irrigation, it's hard to make a profit. Some months I can't even pay my workers." It's heartbreaking. The struggles of farmers like this affect millions across the country. While policies exist, the gap between intention and execution often leaves these workers without the support they need. We need to focus on collective farming, better irrigation, and most importantly, access to credit for small farmers. Without financial support, they remain trapped in a cycle of poverty. Now let's shift focus to construction industry, where nearly 10% of the workforce toils every day. Carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and bricklayers are the unsung heroes behind the rapid urbanization we see all around us. But despite their essential roles, most of these workers are employed on a daily wage basis without formal contracts. They have no job security and no access to social benefits like healthcare or retirement savings. They are vulnerable to exploitation, and their wages can be as low as 200 to 300 a day. You can hear a construction worker saying this: "I work 6 days a week, sometimes more, but without a contract. The contractor can replace me anytime. I don't have health insurance, and if I fall sick, I lose my day's wages. It's hard to save anything for the future." Imagine working every single day with the fear that your job could be gone tomorrow. This is a harsh reality for millions in this sector. We need strong regulations that mandate contracts, provide social security, and protect workers from exploitation. The unorganized sector contributes significantly to our economy, yet the workers themselves remain excluded from most of the benefits. Now that we have heard the voices of most of these people affected. What can we do to address this growing issue? It's clear that India's unorganized sector is vital to our economy, yet the workers who make it thrive are often left behind. Here are a few key takeaways that we as society, as nation, must focus on. Formalize employment in the unorganized sector. This means introducing contracts, providing minimum wage protection, and ensuring social security for workers like construction laborers, plumbers, and domestic helpers. Access to technology and financial services for farmers. Small and fragmented landholdings need collective farming initiatives, access to credit and modern farming techniques to increase productivity and wages. So how this can happen? Large corporates can give support to these smaller farmers. They can hire them as a daily wage, monthly salaried people. How it's done, abroad. Government intervention. Both state and central governments need to create policies that are effectively implemented. These includes healthcare, pension schemes, and unemployment benefits for those in vulnerable positions. Awareness and advocacy. More public awareness about these issues faced by unorganized workers can lead to stronger advocacy for their rights. If you are employer of a domestic worker or engage with daily wage laborers, consider providing fair wages, paid leave, and access to healthcare. Now let's talk about how it is different in developed nations. Measures taken by developed nations to address informal work, legal reforms and enforcements. Many developed countries have undertaken legal reforms to formalize certain types of informal work, particularly in the gig economy. This includes recognizing gig workers as employees or providing them with benefits like health insurance, sick leave and retirement savings, welfare programs, universal access to healthcare, pensions, and unemployment benefits in many developed countries ensures that informal workers are not left without basic necessities, even if they don't have formal jobs. Worker cooperative and unions. In some countries like Germany and Italy, worker cooperatives and unions have been instrumental in protecting the rights of informal workers and providing them with collective bargaining power. Tax incentives for formalization. Some countries offer tax incentives to small businesses and self-employed workers to encourage formalization and registration with government authorities. In developed nations, although informal work exists, it is more regulated and workers often have access to higher level of social protections compared to developing countries. This makes the informal sector smaller and less vulnerable. Lessons from these countries show that improving social security, labor laws, skill development, and formalization can play a key role in ensuring a better quality of life for informal workers. And the other thing that we need to focus is developed nations have only 8 to 12%, somewhere between 8 to 20% only informal workers are there compared to our country. So, together we can push for the reforms needed to uplift the millions who are the backbone of our society. Change won't happen overnight, but with collective effort, we can ensure a more dignified and secure future for India's unorganized workforce. Thank you for joining me today. And these are the voices of the invisible workforce. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with others, subscribe to my podcast, and follow me for more stories that matter. Until next time, this is Bharti Bhaskar signing off.